Folks, this is what we call the Hub Call. This is my weekly check-in with all my friends and family in Fresno, California. It's a wonderful time to see what's going on. We always go in the order that they came to the show. And first up today is Carlos. Carlos, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, feeling excited, gratitude, everything. Ring the bell on Friday. So I'm victorious today. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
let's talk about that. People may have missed a
Yeah.
couple of Hub Calls. You were
Yeah.
diagnosed with a form of cancer. Let's call
Correct.
it, I don't know, 10, 12 weeks ago, or I don't know, 4 or 5 months
Yeah.
ago. And what you mean by ringing the bell is you have had your final dose of, I think you called it the Red Devil. Is that correct?
Yeah. Oh, yes, it was the so it's over. It's over. I'm so glad it's over. I am still going through the process of this last one, but I am glad it's over, and I give all the glory to God and all the people around me who prayed and cheered me on, especially my wife. And I'm just excited to be here in the hub. I kind of excluded myself for a few weeks, just trying to recover, but here I am, back to the fight, and I'm hoping that I don't have to fight David Green for you. And
Yeah, yeah. We're not going to
yeah,
fight David Green. He's an ex-cop, probably has lots of guns. We're not going to go
I
there.
know, right?
That's not. We're not. I don't want to. But I got some friends who may want to step up and do that for me. But we don't have to do that. It's all good.
Just
Carlos,
kidding.
you're. I know you
Yeah,
are. It's fun. I can laugh about it on Monday. I was
yeah,
pissed on Saturday. Let me
yeah,
just say that.
yeah. But
Ty. Oh, go ahead, Carlos.
I'm just excited, guys. Thank you for having us here.
Absolutely. All righty, Ty. You what's going on in your world? You held an event. You had a mastermind this weekend. You were kind of dark for a few days, and lo and behold, some stuff popped up in your feed.
Yeah. So two things. Had a really successful event, realtor investor agents. Saturday, we did an all-day mastermind. Really, the theme was get deals now. Like, what do you do? How do you adjust in this shifting market? Where are the opportunities? So really just pouring in, very intimate group. We had 16 people there. Really intimate in a boardroom, conference room. We went hard for 7 hours nonstop, working lunch, had lunch brought in. Really excited, and again, we had one guy who in the room who went from like 350 income last year, a guy that I coach, to right now he's 350 paid with $150,000 of pending income
Wow.
that's in escrow and just on fire, potentially going to have a $700,000 $700,000 year. And then we had other people at 400 grand, people that have been in the community for years. And so, man, I'm just excited. And then we had people that were struggling, people that were like, damn, I have nothing in escrow. I have nothing going on. What do I do? And that was the whole focus. So super excited, super proud of the work we're doing, and people plugged into one rental at a time, people plugged into what we're doing with the realtors. But the second thing is, I said this to you, I woke up this morning. I had not been on social media all weekend. I woke up and I'm like, what the hell is going on? I saw the David Green. First, I watched the David Green interview. I'm like, he got released from Bigger Pockets, or what happened? He's doing his own thing now. And then I'm like, what is that? I didn't actually hear him talk about anything with you, but then I listened to and start your 90-minute where basically your response to where you were called out. I know a little bit of your history with Brendan, and I'm like, are we at war right now? And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, I don't know. So it'll be interesting. I'd love to come back to it. I know we're going to go around table, but I would love to kind of get your 2 cents and what's going on, because I only caught bits and pieces. Very interesting
Absolutely.
times. Very interesting times.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. A lot of fun. Matt, you're up next, man. What's going on in your world?
The meme shall make a return. Yesterday's rate is not today's rate. Yesterday's rate is not today's rate. We saw a quick pullback. If those that listened on August 2nd and 5th were like, yay, rates are down, celebrate, 6, 7, 8. It got taken all back, right? And so it's just another example to people to remember a few things. Like, mortgage rates change every single day. It can be rather volatile, and there could be one piece of news that shifts us higher or lower. And just because rates come down doesn't mean that that's the trajectory that we're now on, because, you know, people said, oh gosh, I can get a 6.125. A lot of people, the target appeared for refinance and we said fire. They said, no, we'll wait because it will go to 599 next week.
Yeah.
And it went back up, right? And that target disappeared. And so I'm having a lot of interesting conversations because, as we all know, by the time the real estate agents are talking about it, or the local news is talking about it, usually it's already passed, right?
Yeah.
Like the window was only open on Friday and Monday, then the window closed. Not to say it's not going to come back open, but you gotta pay attention to who you're listening to, I think, is
Yeah.
the best message.
I actually heard a lot of people. So it's really funny, right? We've been doing this show for 5 years now, and there was a lot of people that were kind of in my ear saying, oh, you know, if rates go down a little bit, I'm gonna do this or that, buy or refi or whatever. Like 6.7 was like the magic number for folks, and it got as low as 6.3, right? 6.4. And these same people who have been begging for rates to be 6.6, 6.7 said, oh my God, it fell so fast. I'm going to wait for 5.99. If it made sense.
I'm going to start next week. No, I'm going to start the week after.
Oh man. Yeah. This is a crazy world. If you like it, lock it. Better advice you gave us 3 years ago. It's still tried and true today. Mr. Patrick Kim, we haven't seen you in a little while. What's going on with you?
Not much. No, I'm just enjoying listening to Matt because he's spot on. And yeah, I just try to encourage all my clients to just, hey, buy and make decisions based on your circumstances. Don't try to chase the rate. Everybody's been trying to do that for, 50 to 100 years, and it's never really turned out great for the majority of them. So, but yeah, as far as on my personal end, a lot more clients have been kind of poking their heads out. They've been kind of hibernating. But as soon as they got a little sniff of the interest rates dipping a little bit, I have been getting more calls, but like Matt said, they're kind of putting snooze on as soon as the rates just rebounded right back up. So
yeah, we've what you've just described is what I want my audience to realize is something called marginal demand.
Correct.
Marginal demand is demand that's currently not deployed or interested, but then become deployed at some number. Right. And with real estate, it's likely an interest rate. Can be price too, but today it's very much interest rate. We've got to watch marginal demand. And there was a 2-day window, Friday, Monday, where if you locked it, you could have got the low of the year, probably. Right. So we're going to be watching marginal demand. I still believe that unfortunately the next rest of the year, so it's not quite 6 months, call it 5.5 months, is going to be slow. And I think we're going to take out the cycle low for transactions, which currently is 3.88. But the good news, if you want to squeeze a silver lining out of this, is we start to build out of this next year. I think there's a lot of people not only chasing rates, but there's a lot of people that says, I'm going to wait till after the election. I think I hear that a lot. So again, we are where we are. We've got to get through November and the end of the year, because then it's Thanksgiving and it's holidays, and this is very much going to be, let's see what the spring selling season next year is. All right, let's kind of transition into something, because this is actually really interesting. I consider the four of you entrepreneurs. All of you, all four of you, Carlos, Pat, Ty, Matt, entrepreneurs. I am the lone employee of the five of us. So back to Ty's kind of are we at war mindset. In reality, David Green came out on Saturday, at least that's when I saw the video, basically saying cash flow real estate sucks. Don't quit your day job. Don't do this. Don't do that. Basically said one rental at a time is somebody who sells courses and books. He doesn't have real estate, or whatever he said. Very disrespectful. He doesn't know me. I've talked to him one time. And I think now that I've had 48 hours to sit on this, 48 hours to mature, because trust me, my first response was fight, fight, fight. I think it's just a different opinion. David Green's an entrepreneur. Mike Zuber is an employee. David Green says the right answer is quit your job, become an entrepreneur, become a good entrepreneur, stack cash, buy real estate. Mike Zuber is, no, be good at your job, live below your means, live a good life, buy real estate, get wealthy in a decade. I think that's where it boils down to. And at the end of the day, Ed Milet says 10% of the world are entrepreneurs and 90% are employees, which is really weird because I'm one of 5. I'm the only employee on this call, which is wild for me to think about. So I'll go to Ty first on this one because apparently you live really close to this individual. David Greed is just down the street from you. What do you think of this notion of employee versus entrepreneur, 90%, 10%? I mean, you interact with a lot of entrepreneurs in your world. What do you think?
Couple things. I think, to me, and I didn't hear all of his interview or all of his YouTube video. I heard bits and pieces.
It's okay.
I found it very interesting. Same thing with yours. I listened to bits and pieces. So, however, what I will say is that, you know, I know his story. He was a police officer. He was W-2, and I believe he transitioned because he got on the financial freedom through real estate. And then I also know that he has a real estate brokerage and all the other things. Ironically, you know, you, myself, Bo Eckstein had put on an event, and that's really where you and I met was, you know, we all shared the stage there at Bo's event. So 100%, I think that there's nothing, I think 100% there's different strokes for different folks. And I think your race, your pace, meaning if you're a W-2 and you like what you do, God bless you, man.
Absolutely.
You have something that you make a lot of money with, you know, you're a doctor, engineer, high-level salesperson, low-level salesperson, corporate America. It doesn't matter. If you like what you're doing and the vibe is right, dude, and investing in real estate is a part of your financial planning, God bless you. Keep your pedal to the metal. There's nothing wrong with that. On the same token, I've always been more entrepreneurial, mowing lawns, landscape business, transition, didn't hate my W-2, but just was much better at being in sales and being a real estate broker. So I've been an entrepreneur for, you know, for lack of a better word, for the last, you know, I've been a sales guy for the last, whatever, 30 plus years in selling, you know, being a broker, a real estate broker. So I think different strokes for different folks, but I do want to say that I know one thing's for sure. I beg Michael every month. I feel like I kind of attack you in a very polite, friendly way. And I'm like, dude, you should sell this for more. You should bundle these courses. You should package this. And I'm like, you should do a high-level mastermind for $5,000. You should do this, $1,000 program. And then what does Michael do? He does the complete opposite. I got to bet. Hey, Ty, I got an idea. Why don't I just give everything away for $20 a month on school? And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I'm laughing. But that's you because you don't care about, you already got the bag, meaning Michael's already got money. He's got financial freedom. And so your thing, it's interesting. You go from, you know, this income, which you have, passive income, true passive income, to now it's impact. And your mission at One Rental at a Time with this channel, with this community is impact. It's impact. And by the way, there's a little bit of income. But I'm always telling you, dude, more income. You'll have more impact by growing this. And you don't fight me on it. You go, okay, that's interesting. And then you come back and go, I'm going to just give everything away for free for $20. So anyway, that's who Michael Zuber is, just FYI.
It's really funny because I've talked to you and Pace Morby and, you know, Ryan Pineda, Sean Cannell, lots of big folks, but definitely entrepreneurs, people I look up to like yourself as entrepreneurs. And believe me, you are not alone. I've had some very intense conversations with these individuals saying, Zuber, you don't get it. You have something. Do this, build a funnel, blah, 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 blah. And actually, I think this is why David Green got me wrong. David Green is an entrepreneur. He's similar to those other names I listed. And in his world, and he said this in his video, and I'm going to go to Matt next because I think Matt would say, yeah, that's what I do too. David Green was asked, why does he create content? And he creates content to create leads, and those leads become things that could be sold. He has a mortgage brokerage, a real estate brokerage, an Airbnb management. He's got masterminds. He's got this. He's got this. He's got like 12 things. He's got 50 employees. He's got mouths to feed. I have no interest in any of that nonsense. Having 50 employees would scare the hell out of me. I wouldn't know how to operate. it might kill me. But that's just because we're different strokes for different folks, right? We're, 10, like Ed Milet, 10% of the people are entrepreneurs and 90% aren't. So when I think about why he creates content, he's trying to sell people stuff. Why do I create content? I said it in my very first video. I am trying to create something that outlives me by 50 years. We now call that impact. I am chasing a different dragon. It's just different, not good or bad. We operate at different levels. I don't edit any of my videos. If I was going to chase things, I'd freaking edit videos and get this and that. I'm trying to chase impact. I'm trying to find a very small tribe of people that'll just go on this journey with me. So, Matt, when I think about what you do with your amazing Matt the Mortgage Guy channel, what you're doing in my school community, it's not unfair to say that you are trying to create leads and education and build tribe will help you sell more mortgages. That's not unrealistic, right?
Yeah, and I think where I kind of land is I totally understand both sides. Followed Bigger Pockets, love Bigger Pockets, for the last 10 years. Love and respect Mike Zuber. We're personal friends, right? And so, I lean towards the Zuber side, not just because we're friends, but because that's more how I operate. Because as much as people think, go to greatmortgagebroker.com, give us a call is a call to action, which it is. I've been doing this for 10 years, Mike. Like I made YouTube videos for 5 or 6 years. I didn't even think, and this is maybe just that I'm not that smart of a guy. I didn't even think to have a call to action, to have people reach out. That's why I had no thumbnails. That's why I didn't have titles. I was putting out information because I knew it was helpful. And I think I knew, put out some good to the universe, good things will happen in return. But it wasn't like this entrepreneurial strategy where it was going to create leads. But, I fall somewhere between the two of you, I believe, where I think about it from time to time. I go, you know what? Like, deserve might be a strong word, but like I'm putting out a lot of stuff. I'm having a lot of conversations where I'm not thinking about how is this going to result in business, because I truly do want to help, but I've also got a business to run. I've also got a family to feed and all that stuff. And so, there will be some of that sprinkled in, but I get the most joy, not out of, hey, I closed 13 loans for 6.9 million in June. Like that doesn't excite me near as much as like, thank you so much, Matt. This was amazing. Like if I wouldn't have found your channel and Mike Zuber and some of these people that I've taken advice from, I wouldn't have the 4 rentals I have today. Like that, those type of stories and those type of conversations are what really excite me. And so, I understand both sides. And like, Ty said, and you said, it's different strokes for different folks. What I think I've seen happen in real time, this is just my opinion, no knock on David Green, is whether people want to admit it or not, like their needs create this like bias that seeps in. Because I think what happens as well is like he's in a market where not every type of real estate strategy is going to work. And like, this is the personal feel I get where I'm like, man, some of the stuff you're saying, some of the stuff you're pitching, and some of the stuff that you're trying to, get other people to buy into just so happens to be the business you're doing in the market you're operating in. And so that's where to me, it feels a little bit like, more salesy. And it's funny because even somebody like you, who's not trying to sell anything, people will claim of being salesy. People will tell me the only reason I've made 1,100 videos on YouTube and blood, sweat, and tears for a decade is because I want to sell more mortgages. The funny part is I had a business that was successful separate of all of this. And this was my giveaway. It just so happens to drive some business nowadays. But anyhow, that's that. It's an interesting conversation, if nothing else.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I am talking with 4 entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship is awesome, but again, it is hard. Entrepreneurship is hard. If you love your job and you're paid to do your job, don't rush to become an entrepreneur. I mean, if you look at how many businesses fail, I don't know what the numbers is. It's a lot, and they fail spectacularly. There's nothing wrong with being an employee. I think that's kind of the mindset that I really kind of pull away from when I felt attacked. Carlos, you're doing a lot of amazing work. You are an entrepreneur. You're part of the hub. You've helped Olivia and I all the time. If somebody wanted to reach out, get a quote, maybe walk a property with you, how would they do that?
Well, definitely give us a call at 559-681-8431. Again, that's 559-681-8431. And you're right about entrepreneurship. It ain't easy. It's hard work. And I can tell you, being an employee is probably the best way you can start to build your skills, your knowledge. And I was an employee at one point in my life. So this notion of employee versus uh, entrepreneur is actually a mindset. There's a shift that has to happen. Once that
I love
shift
that.
happens, then you will become from an employee to an entrepreneur. But again, I believe both of them have their own challenges. Because I know corporate America has his office politics, and that could be very, very nasty too.
It certainly
But
can.
anyways,
Well,
that's my
Carlos,
opinion.
yeah, Carlos, I have to reach out to you later. You have to tell me about this mindset shift because I still very much categorize myself as an employee. We'll talk about that. Talk about that later. Pat, let's get you into the show. Let's talk about what's going on in Fresno real estate, inventory, price points. What's going on?
Yeah, so I'm looking at the trends right now. As of July 24th, we have just around 2.5 months of inventory left. The average price per square feet, let me see. Yes, no, average price, I'm sorry, not per square feet, but average price sold was between 574 to 578.
My goodness, Fresno,
yeah.
California's median home price is over 570.
Yep, Fresno County. Yep.
County.
So let me see.
That's nuts.
Oh, real quick. Sorry, that was the average active list price. The sold
there we go.
Is right around 440. I apologize.
So that's that's actually very valuable information.
Yep.
So solds right where I expected it to be 440, 450.
Correct.
Average list price, what was it? 570?
578. Yeah.
Folks, this is exactly what I've been telling you. We have a bifurcated market. Above the median is stacking up, below the market's blowing out. This will yank the median home price higher and freaking drive the crash bros crazy. That exact stat, Pat, you're amazing. If somebody wanted to buy something or ask questions about Fresno, what's the number?
Sure, 559-825-7559, or you can just email me simply at homeswithpatkim@gmail.com.
There you go. Ty, you're amazing. If somebody wanted to reach out to you, be a part of your next mastermind, what do we do?
ty@tylg.com. You can email me. I am very fast to respond to email, the fastest. I treat emails like text. One thing too, I want to say, collaboration over competition. Collaboration over competition and pettiness. So I want to say this. I like the idea that a peace treaty, and I like the idea that I think we're all in the same motion, meaning David Green, Michael Zuber, Bo Eckstein. I think a lot of us, we have the same, I think we're all going in the same direction, which is to have impact. And of course, there's opportunities for income too. So I don't know what all this is all about, but I do believe that we're here to make a difference for the community. And so anybody out there, don't buy into the hype. Don't buy into the BS. This is, Michael Zuber is here to serve. We're all here to serve. We're all here for impact. So I don't know where this is going, but it sure is fun.
There you go. ty@tylg.com. And Matt, bring us home. Somebody wanted to reach out, get a quote, see what's what.
Yeah, we gotta have the call to action in there, guys. Greatmortgagebroker.com. Fill out the quick form. We're in 48 states, so we're happy to help. And you want to get your information from somebody you like and trust. If that's us, great. If it's not, make sure that you're listening to somebody you like and trust, because as rates come down and things change in the real estate market, what you see online isn't always, as it appears. Greatmortgagebroker.com.
Do me a favor, folks. Avoid call centers. If you are working with a call center for your mortgage, you are probably, not always, but probably going to get taken advantage of somewhere. Worst case, if you're working with a call center, have somebody you know, like, and trust, Matt, the mortgage guy. Look at the quote, because he may be able to identify thousands of dollars that you are being taken advantage of. Greatmortgagebroker.com. Guys, thank you for being on the Hub Call. We are not at war. I'd love a peace treaty. That would be cool. All right, guys, take care. Bye.
Thanks.